Now that was a mighty fine slumber party, Applejack announced happily at the front door, as both she and Rarity were being seen out by twilight the following morning. Meanwhile, I was busy continuing my small task of standing on two legs again. I must concur, the classy voice of Rarity added. I do hope we have another one soon. You and Stardust have both been gracious hosts. Oh, I don't know about that, I was quick to say from the other end of the library. We look forward to having you over again, Twilight stated, before an obviously enthusiastic idea popped up. Oh, next time we can ask Pinkie Pie, Fluttershy, and Rainbowdash to join us. Uh, you do that with the latter two. I'm going to sleep outside, I vowed seriously, shrugging at Twilight's amusing look thrown at me, causing my body to return to all four legs. 36 seconds. Well, it was a major improvement. And thank you again, Stardust, for baking us these brownies. I'm sure my dear Sweetie Belle will adore them, Rarity said gratefully over Twilight's shoulders, holding up the bag filled with the treats in question. As will Appleboom, Applejack added, both grinning at me as though I've done them a great service. Well, I did say I'd make those brownies after last night's incident. I recall you saying that to me once before, Twilight pointed out humouredly while approaching. Another half-hearted shrug. And I recall straight afterwards it didn't end so well. A short laugh. Yes, well, let's try not to end this conversation on bad terms like back then. Agreed. Was it just me, or did the temperature of the room heat up a little? Probably due to the upcoming subject. May as well get this over with, like last time. Twilight, I know there's some things about me that don't add up. The unexplained strength and knowledge I seem to possess. Forget about it. What? I'm sorry? Twilight let out an amused look at my understandable confusion. I realized last night that I should have minded my own business. Of course, there are some things about you that don't make a whole lot of sense. And as much as I want to find out about what you're really hiding, well, you can tell me when you're ready. Who are you, and what have you done with the real Twilight? I instantly inquired seriously. Surely she wouldn't allow this whole matter to slide that easily. Or was this just some cheap trick getting me into revealing my secrets? The idea was dropped by the honest look in her violet eyes. Hey, I'm not as persistent as I look. Could have fooled me. One thing, though, Twilight hesitantly began. Am I not that trustworthy that you would tell Spike only? Ah, I finally understand now. So that's what this is all about. Not a question, yet Twilight confirmed the truth by sheepishly looking away. Well, I don't know how you knew Spike was hiding something about me, but I didn't tell him out of trust. Twilight, if it eases your consciousness, it was rather a spur of the moment during the Ursula Minor incident. What do you mean? A slow glance in my direction, and I inwardly winced at the slight suspicion in her lovely eyes. I thought I was going to die, I answered with all the honesty I could muster, while trying to banish that previous unwelcome train of thought. Shrugging at the incredulous expression, I thought I'd just go out in a blaze of glory, with nothing to lose. That's why I told Spike that night the things I can't just let everyone know, purely for the hell of it. Obviously, she believed I told the small dragon how I knew about Nightmare Moon's return and the like. So, her eyes narrowed inquisitively. You only told Spike whatever your secret was because you thought you had nothing to lose and were completely certain you would meet your demise by that Ursa Minor weeks ago? I nodded firmly. But he's not the only one who knows, is he? Isn't he? Princess Celestia obviously knows too. Indeed, no point in trying to deny that. And her sister. Any pony else? I smirked. Hoping to interrogate them? And to my amusement, her eyes widened in horror. No, oh. Twilight cut herself off at my sniggering. Snips, snails, and Trixie are aware as well, I said, after she wiped away that frown, replaced then by surprise. Like I said, spur of the moment. I told you long ago, Twilight, that it takes a long time before you or anyone else can earn my trust. And I regret to say you're not quite there yet. And I'll repeat what I said back then. Again, I look forward to the challenge. Suddenly, Twilight's eyes softened, her tone resembling that of comfort, and I froze again as a hoof was placed delicately on my chest. But Stardust, you were wrong about having nothing to lose. We all care about you. Me, Spike, and the girls. And you've never been an inconvenience to me. My little tantrum last night wasn't just about your mistrust of me. But also, I just never met a pony so uncaring for his own safety. Willing, prepared even, to meet his own end like that. Why was she doing this? What did this mare honestly believe was going to come from this, being so concerned about my own life? Twilight, hey guys, I'm home. Whoa there. A sudden burst of welcome, yet for some other reason, slightly irritating interruption caused us to cease whatever it was we were doing and quickly looked to the side at the stunned Spike, mouth agape and eyes as wide as possible staring in our direction, before breaking out of that stupor via shaking his head. Oh, I'm sorry for intruding on your moment. Oh, not him too. Moment? Twilight echoed in question. And for once I was glad there were a few rare times the unicorn would become so dense. Nothing was going on, I quickly interjected before any further misunderstandings happened. Applejack and Rarity were bad enough. Throwing Spike into the mix would just make it worse. Get your mind out of the gutter, boy. Right. I mean, it's great to see you guys again. The small lizard quickly amended, as the look on my face demanded of him. Then sniffing the air. That smells like brownies. Did I miss out on some delicious breakfast? I shrugged, pointing at the origin of the smell. In the kitchen. There's some left. Help yourself. Think of them as a welcome back present. You don't need to tell me twice. It's been a long trip for me, Spike replied enthusiastically, while licking his lips hungrily, before immediately departing towards the kitchen, then halting for some reason while passing by us. Oh, before I forget, this is for you, Stardust. And I felt curious as I took the offered item out of the dragon's hand, inspecting the close parchment. A letter from Celestia, I imagine. It must be from Princess Celestia, Twilight stated out loud. No, really? I thought for sure this parchment was from the mayor. Feigning ignorance to the mayor's eye roll, I opened the rolled up paper to read the contents inside. Ah. What is it? Twilight inquired curiously, obviously noting the look on my face as I reread the paragraphs in the parchment. I sighed without looking at her. It appears I've been summoned for a cup of tea. End of chapter 8.